Arran Youth Foundations is a charity based in Lamlash on the Isle of Arran. Our youth centre is at the back of the one high school on the island, and we are the only provider of youth work services on the island.
I used to use these facilities when I was a teenager, and this place has always meant a lot to me. And when I saw that there was a position for a sessional youth worker advertised online, I thought, wow, what a cool way to give back to what I experienced growing up on Arran. I find it really rewarding, and I build up these great relationships with the kids. I think the kids get out of it an enormous amount as well, because we do have that trust and that good working relationship where they can come to me if they need my help, or they feel safe if they want to confide something in me.
We work with the vast majority of the 300 or so pupils at Arran High School, as well as homeschooled kids, 100% of the primary sevens, and our skilled youth work team provide a variety of fun activities to meet the needs of the local young people.
I also work in the school, and I love the different role in here because I can relax and have more fun with the young people, and it just gives an outlet to get to know them better and just to be there for ones who need a wee bit of extra support or guidance.
We tackle rural isolation and make sure that there is no geographical disadvantage to living on an island. We help the young people with all sorts of things, whether that is poverty, addiction, disability, loneliness, grief, stress, all sorts of different things that teenagers face.
So I've had great pleasure of working alongside Graham and the other youth workers at Arran Youth Foundation for a number of years to support individuals with alcohol and other drug use for over 18s. I guess I was quite surprised to hear that the team at AYF actually work with people beyond the years of leaving school. It's always been really nice to hear stories from those that I've supported, that there's always an open door policy and that anybody can come in at any time and talk about what's going on with their lives. We have worked alongside each other to facilitate advocacy services where Graham has supported individuals whilst in rehab, whilst in prison and following their release from prison, as well as applying for discretionary funding for furnishing their flat, getting flooring and other living costs. I've also had the great pleasure of training the staff for naloxone, and also we have had educational services for young people and parents alike, just to educate of the risks when drinking and taking other drugs.
All of this is provided free of charge, ensuring that cost is not a barrier to access. Healthy food is also provided throughout the week, fresh fruit, soup, smoothies, to ensure that no kid goes hungry, and again there isn't a cost associated to coming to AYF.
I first became involved with AYF way back in 2013 when I attended the cabin. When I first started coming to youth club, I was the very, very shy, quiet girl who found any form of socialising full of anxiety, didn't like it. But youth club was able to really help me come out of my comfort zone and make loads more new friends that I probably wouldn't have necessarily been friends with if it wasn't for the youth cabin. And now that I'm a staff member, it's nice being on the other side of that and being able to support the now quiet and shy kids and watch them come out of their bubble and grow as they get older and older, and see them and then they eventually leave.
The cabins basically became like a second home to me, and I made so many friends through the cabins, and I've had so much mentoring from all the people here as well, and it's just sort of become such a safe place for me to come to.
I do guitar lessons. That's fun. I've learned to play guitar here. I have a good place to hang out with friends. It's a safe place. Nice.
I've learned a lot of stuff like calming methods and ways for me to just put things into a different perspective. Say if I have an argument with a friend, I don't always look at my side of the story now. I look at theirs as well, because I know there's always two sides to a story.
What we offer through the week changes with what the young people want at any given time, but at the moment we are open every day of the week for lunchtime drop-in. So it's a good socialising opportunity for kids. They can come in and relax during the school day. They can get a game of pool with the youth workers, they can play video games with their friends, they can jam with the musical instruments. We also offer one-to-one music tuition with our rock school tutor, Steve Agnew.
So take your first finger now and put it on string 5 on the 2nd fret.
Initially this was free guitar lessons, but because of his range of talents we now offer bass guitar, we offer ukulele, keyboards, drums. There's not many instruments I think Steve can't teach, and again this is all provided free of charge to young people. A number of years ago we started a girls' football team. The girls at the high school felt that they didn't want to necessarily join in with the boys, so we were happy to support them in that and make sure that they have all the same opportunities. And because of how popular it was and how much they were enjoying it, they asked us to do a second weekly session.
I've been involved with AYF since I've been in primary 7, so we're now talking over 10 years that I've been participating as a pupil and now back working in partnership within my job with Active Schools as well. So it's fantastic, and I've seen firsthand the benefits that AYF provides to the young people in the community on Arran. So I think a couple of the key takeaways that Arran High School pupils get from the opportunities provided by Active Schools and AYF is being able to improve their mental and physical well-being by participating in the opportunities provided, as well as some of the leadership opportunities that are involved in girls' football and multi-sports. A couple of examples: the girls have been really involved in raising funds to provide money for their own kit that they wear at North Ayrshire wide events.
We do a lot with sport with young people, we do a lot to get them fit and healthy, so we now also have a multi-sports club on a Tuesday. It's usually a bit of badminton, a bit of table tennis, basketball, dodgeball, just whatever the kids want to do to keep them active. On a Wednesday we have an activities group. The young people plan this themselves, so this last term it's included an art therapy session. We got the outdoor centre to bring their climbing wall down. They've had a quiz night, they've made some films, we've been doing a little bit of film making with the kids. On a Thursday we have Primary 7 Club. This was started a few years ago and it's proven a really good transition for the kids into high school. We've heard from loads of parents and teachers, loads of people within the school community that it's really helped their kid with the move up to high school. We've heard that kids were nervous, but through coming to us every week, spending time on the school campus, getting to know our youth workers, getting used to coming through on the bus, by the time they've gone up to high school they've made friends and they've felt a lot more comfortable with the transition. We do a lot of fun things on a Thursday with them. We've had them out on the bikes with the ramps. We have done some graffiti sessions with them, we've had quiz nights, we've had competitions. The other big thing that we do every week is Friday Night Youth Club. It's a really busy session, 40 or 50 kids usually every week. Gives them something to do, keeps them off the streets and brings them into our safe, warm youth centre where they know that they'll be supported. We can touch on things like alcohol, drugs or whatever the other issues are with the young people, and more importantly they can come in and just have some fun with their friends and have a laugh. Our fundraising group meets on a Monday. We gave them a target to reach before the summer of £3,200 and told them if they achieved this we could do our annual trip to Alton Towers. We're in April and they've already raised over £2,000 through the sale of magazines that they've produced. They've sold smoothies, they've had a jumble sale and they've organised a few events. This coming month they're doing a 24-hour movie marathon sponsored, and they're also doing a sponsored climb of Goat Fell. So it's been great having a committee of young people work together to help raise funds for their own charity.
Well, I've been a part of AYF since my first year. I'm currently 6th year now, and honestly, when Graham did his run, I was completely inspired by him and decided to give back to AYF. I competed in a race. It was a 1.3 mile swim in open water from Holy Isle back to the shores of Amlash, and I was the youngest participant ever and I was the first woman home. It's a really great achievement for me, especially at such a young age. It was such a tough race as well. First time ever swimming in like that distance in open water. I raised over £1,000 for Arran Youth Foundations, and I felt very privileged that I could give back to the foundation that has completely helped me through a lot of personal problems.
In school holidays, we provide trips and activities, often to the mainland, but sometimes staying on the island. So we take them to Alton Towers, paintball, go-karting, and around the island we'll do different things like climb Goat Fell, go out on the Mogabout, go gorge walking, out onto the water, across the whole isle. Again, this is all provided free of charge, so it means that the young people in Arran, there's no geographical disadvantage to living on an island, and actually there's lots of opportunities for them to have fun, make friends. AYF is very youth-led. They help choose what the weekly activities are. They let us know what resources they want in the youth centre, down to even one of the young people did their own fundraiser to get us a PS5, and they've even designed the graffiti murals in and around the cabin so that the centre feels very much their own. The impact of all of this is that young people make friendships, grow in confidence, they learn new skills and are able to better take on responsibility and decision making. But more than this, it means that they have somewhere to turn to for support when they need it. They can access free counselling and therapy through ourselves, but they'll also come to our youth workers to discuss whatever they're facing at the time, be that depression, anxiety, grief, exam stress, or whatever else they need help with. If you would like more information about any of our services, visit our website www.arranyouthfoundations.org or search Arran Youth Foundations on Facebook.